let's see what happens if you do the tongue arch. Now the tongue arch should be with your tip of your tongue right there, behind your teeth. Here. Okay, now you got the first part of the tongue arch. Now the tongue arches up. That is your tongue arch when your teeth are shut. Okay, that's not here. Some people are doing all kinds of wacky crap and it's not going to help you. In fact, I don't even know how some people can do it. Your tongue arch is not just arching up like that. I don't even know how you can play if you're doing that, but some people are arching it up, but they still sound pretty bad. And the reason is you have to have your tongue anchored. The tongue can be anchored at the top of the bottom teeth. Here's the bottom teeth, obviously, near the top. Right there. Or down lower. I'm right down almost at the gum line. You getting this, folks? Why are we doing this? Because no air is coming around the sides of your tongue. Only the air can come up and over the tongue and come down and come out your aperture. That's why just building lip strength and chops is not the be all to everything, because you have to have this air sped up at the second stage of compression. The air is coming up here. Now you've already got the first stage down. We're not going to talk about that right now with the diaphragm. But basically it's a bottled up high compressed air. So that's diaphragm. The air is coming up through your throat. It comes in and immediately it should meet the resistance of your tongue. Resistance meaning you reduce the space in your mouth. Ah, E. Now it has to travel up and down. When it comes down right there. It comes out your aperture. You got to get that, folks. If you don't get that, you can actually go through my 4-month program and build up chops of steel. And yes, have gain in range and endurance, but you haven't hit that sweet spot. You're still going to be struggling with mouthpiece pressure, even though you have strengthened all this up. You have strengthened up a lot of things during my course, or if you take somebody else's course. But if you don't get the tongue arch, you're really missing that sweet spot that a lot of people that excel in the upper register are enjoying. It just makes life a lot easier and more efficient. So you got to get that down. You need to invest whatever time it takes for you to get the feel down for yourself. Ah. That's low C for me. Ah. 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 Now, when I go above high C, my tongue arch is so high that it's rubbing against the roof of my mouth and almost stopping the bulk of air to come through. I mean, I'm really blowing hard to meet, not because the note's hard or high, because it's meeting a tremendous amount of resistance inside my mouth. Once I meet that resistance, the air spins out so fast, and then you see what happens with the roll-in. Everything links and syncs up to be able to get those high notes out with the least amount of effort and the most amount of efficiency. So, again, low C. I'll freeze it. That's where my tongue was, and you saw where my lips were, pretty much a rollout. Tongue still low, but it is higher than it was with the low C, and my jaw is up. Low C, the middle C is more up. So I think your jaw dropping down when you go lower. I'm exaggerating. And it goes up as high as you can get it when you're really going into the upper register and the extreme upper register. So high C. Hey, you see the beginning of my tongue arch? So I didn't even have a full tongue arch for my high C. Don't need it. I guess I'm just a little bit lucky. I just don't need it after doing it for all these years, because I also have this to rely on. And I also have a lot of hot air. I think people know that one, right? So that's even when I'm not playing the horn. Now let's go a little bit higher. Roll in. Oh yeah, tongue arch was up there. Way up there. And almost probably at the max, but not quite. Because my max starts to get, my tongue really, I can feel the brunt impact of it when, for me, when I'm going to my highest notes. Got the B out, not the triple C. Once I'm at, for me, triple A, triple B, and triple C, my tongue is like, it's just shaking, it's just grinding as hard as it can to lift up and close off the air at the roof, because it's trying to make just a little pinprick of a space for the air to come through extremely fast and then come down. And then after that, it's up for my lips to be able to continue grip into the mouthpiece and hold that narrow aperture. As soon as you have a millimeter flinch where your lips can't do that, all of a sudden you could drop a fifth when you're up that high. So I hope this video helped explain what most of you think you are doing, but you're not. Tongue arch, just like diaphragm, is not theoretical. It's something that you really employ. So tongue arch, take a good look. Roll in. Tongue arch. It's not pleasant to look at, but so many people have problems with that you just need a little tough, unpleasant love in this video. So we talked about roll in, roll out. I got up close and personal. Roll in. Sorry, roll out. Roll in. Roll out. Roll in. You need to understand that concept, and you actually need to be able to apply it. That means really do it. Not something you're thinking about. You are really doing the roll in and roll out. You are really doing the tongue arch and then flattening the tongue back out when you go lower. You are really moving your jaw up and down depending on what register you're playing in. These are things you're really doing, and if you're not really doing, but you're just thinking about them, you really are having problems, and you're not sounding the way that you likely could. So this is all about technique and feel. It's like riding a bike. There's a technique to it, but also there's a feel that you got to learn, right? So technique and feel. This is not about lifting weights and getting stronger and making your chops stronger. This is all about applying technique to what you've actually done. The conditioning of your embouchure and your lips, you apply this technique to it, and you're going to have that wow experience. So now, for those of you who thought that you could just watch this video and sail on into the silvery seas with no more problems, no. Upper register and endurance is the most challenging technique on the instrument, bar none. Bar none. So I gave you some really good advice on this one to help you, but you still need to get involved in a process. So many people, when I say so many people, it just gets ridiculous. I mean, every time I log onto Facebook, can you help me with the high note tip? Can you help me with this? Can you show me this? I mean, well, first of all, it's my job, you know, and people sometimes pay me for doing that. But second of all, no, I can't just show you a quick little tip, because one quick little tip is not going to help you attain your goals. And the reason is because most people don't understand improving your upper register and endurance is a process that you must go through. It is a process that you must go through. And you need to have somebody show you the correct process and the right timeline to accommodate your goals. And a couple of techniques, a routine from some guru, meaning one technique from one routine, or some tips and tricks just ain't going to cut it. You're just not going to get what you want. So I've shown you some pretty good techniques here, which is a part of it, but there's no shortcuts. You have to go through the process. You got it, my friends? I hope you do, and I hope this helped. Bye for now. It's Kurt Thompson, and you haven't forgotten my website, have you? TRUMPETSIZZLE.com. Thanks again for watching this video. I hope that you got something out of it. Sometimes I make a video just to make you laugh. A lot of times I make a video to educate you on something and maybe even help solve a problem. So I hope something like that occurred for you in this video. And while you're at it, again, subscribe, click on my website link, and go on to the next video. It's lovely out here. Have a great day.